Self-help books are addicting. After reading more than 100 self-help books, there's a common theme between them all. Whether it's a book on a new trending diet, like only eating meat or potatoes.
This book come from your own personal struggle with weight loss.
I've looked at a pillow.
Really?
I had to eat it.
But it's a book worth reading because it shows you how.
We are addicted to more. Addicted to knowledge.
Knowledge.
But what if this addiction to knowledge comes at a cost? I mean, if all of the information we'll ever need in order to be successful is already out there, why aren't there more rich people? How come everyone doesn't have a Lambo, ripped six-pack abs, or the perfect marriage? There's something going on here, and I think I know what it is. Big idea number one, believe and you can achieve. You have to trick yourself into believing that you can do anything and kind of drinking your own Kool-Aid. Now, we've all seen or have been to these wacky seminars.
Come to my seminar. I'll show you how to make all kind of money.
But what if they're not so wacky and at the very least, you just pretend to play along? Hear me out. The great Zig Ziglar was once asked, how come motivation doesn't stick? Where he replied, neither does bathing. That's why it needs to be done daily. It's just a matter of being obsessed with whatever goal you want. So whether it's investing in real estate, to buy multifamily properties, in order to achieve the life that you really want, which is, I don't know, maybe living in Hawaii, living in Costa Rica, you need to be disgustingly obsessed. Everybody I know who's a high-level investor, high-level business owner is like disgustingly obsessed compared to the normal person in society who just kind of fumbles around their day, goes to their job, goes home, they're pissed off. They're not really obsessed about anything other than maybe Friday night getting drunk and hanging out with the boys, I don't know.
They'll get to moving to our frat house.
Man, this house belongs to us.
Now you might think you're obsessed about whatever you're doing. I guarantee you're not obsessed enough. Big idea number two is do the biggest task of the day first. In the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller, this is known as the domino effect. So when most people start their day, and I've done this myself too quite a bit, you just do kind of easy, stupid tasks. If you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, you gotta get rid of these bad habits of just checking things at the beginning of your day. Maybe it's checking your email, checking the latest YouTube video, checking the stock market, just seeing what's going on, but you're not actually doing anything productive. You need to do the most important thing of the day first, because this will lead to all of the other dominoes falling over and you'll feel productive, you'll feel like you're getting things done, and your business moves forward.
Perfect.
So these are very, very important tasks you can do at the beginning of your day to actually move your business forward, whether it's replacing yourself, that you can work on more important things in your business rather than bookkeeping or looking at receipts or just stupid stuff like that. Big idea number three is get your money right. And what's the reason that like 99% of people get out of the bed in the morning for? It's money. Getting your money right is super important, and almost nobody understands the language of money. Money is a language, and for some reason, it's not taught in school, which is a little X-filey to me. We all pay taxes, and everything in our life costs money, so you better know exactly how it works. Now, probably the best book to really open your mind to this is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Essentially, this book is about a young boy who grows up with his actual dad, who's a school teacher, who's very by the book, he's very by the system, work hard, get a 9-to-5, get good grades, get a good job, all that kind of stuff. And his friend has a dad who's an entrepreneur who's kind of showing him the ropes and says, you want to treat money like this. When I get money, I invest it into this because it gets me this, this, and this. It's a fantastic explanation of how money works and how the real world actually turns in a really cool and funny story way. But one of the key highlights of the book is really explaining how compound growth and compound interest works. So by investing in things like real estate, if you hold them for 4, 5, 10 years, these properties appreciate over time. The tenant is paying down your mortgage at the same time. You're getting cash flow every single month. 90% of the world's millionaires have all done so through real estate, and specifically long-term real estate. If you're not sold on real estate, what you can do is also invest in an index fund or an ETF like the S&P 500, top 500 large cap companies in America, so Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Google, and that fund is really more so a bet on America. So if you really think America is gonna be the world's superpower for a long time, $100 a month, if your budget can afford more, it's like my real estate strategy where it's very, very boring, it's predictable, man, you're always making money on the S&P 500, and if you're buying the right kind of real estate in the right areas, which is what I teach about on my YouTube channel nonstop, it is also almost guaranteed wealth over a 10-year span. Big idea number 4, take care of your body and your mind. Whether you're on the paleo diet, vegan diet, carnivore diet, whatever it is, this area is a whole world on its own. But one common theme in all of these health books is generally just buying quality food, whether you're vegan or carnivore or whatever. As for which diet to choose, there's a lot of noise, a lot of information out there about which diet you should choose. However, what I kind of think is you probably already know deep down what really works for you and what you're feeling inside of you. When you go to a party and eat a bunch of crap, or when you eat something at home that really wasn't normal part of your diet, you know what doesn't feel good and what does feel good for you. For example, for me, I've done pretty extreme veganism throughout all of my 20s. It was just straight up vegan. And now that I'm kind of in my early 30s, we've introduced eggs from chickens that we know exactly where they came from. They're not getting fed crap or chicken feed. They're just eating things out in the wild. And as the years go on, I'm starting to feel potentially this pull towards quality fish. I don't know, it's just something that kind of is working through as I age. Things change, the body changes, and it's just all about listening to yourself. More so what I think is just your mind is getting bored. You know, you've been eating the same kind of thing for a decade. We're humans, we're creative type beings. We like different things, we like to move into different areas, so just kind of go with it. Don't be so hard on yourself of, you know, I have to do this diet because I read this book or I follow this person on Instagram. I can't cheat and go over here and do this. Just listen to what your body's telling you. Now, as for your mind, that aspect, depression is through the roof. Mental health is, for sure, it's not a secret. It is a bad problem nowadays for the modern human. It's never been worse, I don't think. I don't know, we can't really go back and correlate, but it seems like depression and just mental health is at an absolute low. So taking care of your mind, again, is a whole world on its own. You probably need all of these books just for that on its own. But from what I've learned from reading so many books, is just about meditating and focusing on well-being and law of attraction specifically. Now, this is where it gets a little woo-woo in this video, but for me, you know, I've tried meditating, I've done all the techniques, you know, it works, it definitely, I feel a lot better afterwards, but I get a little bored of just meditating and trying to focus on nothing, sitting here in a lotus position, focusing on nothing. So while I'm sitting here doing meditation anyway, what I like to do is more law of attraction type stuff, and the biggest theme of law of attraction is just focusing on what you want and essentially pretending that you already have it. So for us, you know, we really want to live in Hawaii or in a tropical destination, so I'm always meditating with kind of nature sounds on with big headphones and kind of feeling like, you know, we've already done it, we're already living here, I can feel the sun on my face, I can feel our businesses are bringing in this much money every single month. I know exactly how this sounds, but I'm telling you, when I do this meditation practice or this law of attraction practice and I just focus on it, not only do I feel better and my stress gets reduced, these things happen a lot more when I'm on the practice than when I fall off the wagon and I stop doing it. Now, it might not be some crazy woo-woo thing that, you know, the universe is changing or I'm changing the universe at my will, but what it most likely is that I'm obsessing about this one thing or these many things, and because I'm focusing on it and I'm just so dialed in, I'm just noticing the opportunities more, I'm noticing my focus go more towards here, which in essence is pushing my business or pushing my goals more into that direction.
Perfect.
So if you like this video and you want to take your business and your life